Leaders Eat Last summary discusses leadership qualities. It'll teach you how building a system with a safe environment helps the members of an organization to safeguard themselves from outside threats, and helps them make deep connections with each other. But before we dive into this summary, make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay updated with future videos. Have you ever wondered how big organizations work with so many people at the same time, and that too while facing outside threats? The thing is, they are able to do so because they have great leaders at the top of the hierarchies that manage people at the bottom. The question here is, what makes a leader great? Well, in this book, Simon Sinek shines light on all the things a great leader must know to build connections with the people at work. He also shows what leadership is, and what leadership is not. In this video, I'm going to share key insights or lessons that I've learned from this book. Let's dive right in. Lesson number 1, empathy is one of the most powerful tools in an organization. The author says, the true price of leadership is the willingness to place the needs of others above your own. If you want to learn only one thing from this book, then remember this lesson: have empathy for your employees. A great leader always tries to see things from the perspective of other people in his organization. When you are the CEO of your company, you have many choices to make. Some are profitable to you but not to your employees. I'll explain with an example. Let's say you have to increase revenue by the end of the quarter by taking on a big project but you have a limited workforce. What would you do in that case? Would you increase the workload of your employees? Or hire more people? There would be a plethora of choices for you. But the question is, what a great leader would do in such a perplexing situation? Well, a great leader knows that an organization can tackle any situation if it has a culture of sacrifice and service. A great leader always helps his employees to advance along with the organization. Lesson number 2, your employees aren't robots, treat them like people. The author says that you can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. What happens in most of the organizations is, the people at the top of hierarchy treat the ones at the bottom of the hierarchy as mere metrics. And what do they do with these metrics? They use them as analytics and generate a massive amount of money. It's true that in real life, it's necessary to go through analytics to beat the competition and track the progress within an organization. But when the leader treats its followers like some numbers he could use to profit himself, he forgets about the empathy and well-being of the very people who are the foundation of his organization. When this happens, people stop pushing hard at their work. They realize that their leader doesn't value their effort. Even simple work starts looking like torture to them. Ultimately, the positive culture of empathy, growth, and well-being is destroyed. So what's the takeaway here? Treat your employees as humans. When you treat them like humans, they get the feeling that the company trusts them. They feel that their efforts aren't going in vain. They feel that they are contributing to the advancement of the company. Trust and empathy in an organization go hand in hand. Once you show empathy towards others, you begin to earn the trust of people within your company, which is another hard thing to earn in an organization. Lesson number 3, being a leader is like being a parent. A leader is like a parent to its followers. And what does a good parent do? He provides the children with all the things that are needed for his children's well-being. A leader is very much like the sun. The sun provides sunlight relentlessly to everyone on the ground. Regardless of what the season is, it never stops giving sunlight. While on the other side, people on the ground feel gratified and use sunlight to advance in their lives. Similarly, a great leader selflessly provides its employees with all the resources they need. And in return, the employees manage all the groundwork. Once the leader starts seeing his employees like a family, the culture of the company shifts from working to caring. Both sides do what they must do to reach the goals of the company. This type of work environment encourages all the people who are part of the organization to contribute. No matter where an employee is in the hierarchy, he feels equally motivated and energetic to work. Lesson number 4. Create a circle of safety. This diagram represents the circle of safety. The crosses here represent danger. And the circle represents the environment of an organization. Within this circle, there is a safe environment, while outside the circle there are dangers and threats. Every organization, whether big or small, is prone to outside threats. These outside threats often lead to the downfall of the organization and shatter it to pieces. A true leader creates a system to make sure that this circle of safety fully covers its organization so that people feel safe and focus on their objectives. Lesson number 5, we are built to work together. The author says that the ability of a group of people to do remarkable things hinges on how well those pull together as a team. Our systems are built such that what we can't do alone, we can achieve by working together. It has been since ancient times that humans prefer to be a part of the community and work within that. For example, hunters and gatherers work together in groups to ensure their survival by gathering food supplies and other basic needs. It was hard to hunt an animal for meat all by a single person. But by working in group formations, hunters could easily gather food for an entire week. Fortunately, in present times, we don't need to explore the forests to hunt and find food for ourselves and our families. We can get almost anything delivered to our homes now. Lesson number 6, understand the incentive system of Mother Nature. To ensure our well-being, our Mother Nature has developed an incentive system that helps us survive and thrive, especially in harsh circumstances. This is the only system responsible for instincts that urge us to take the best actions in our interests. Whenever there is a threat, our defenses go up, and when there is an opportunity, it encourages repeat behaviors. Most of our emotions and actions are affected by the release of certain chemicals in our bodies. For example, dopamine gives us pleasure when it is released. Many people waste their time for just a little dopamine rush. When you understand how these chemicals work, you gain better control over your actions and behaviors, and thus develop more understanding of human nature, which is essential to become a great leader. Lesson number 7, reality is way different than ideal leadership. It feels good when we imagine an ideal leader who looks out for its people. But in reality, most of the leaders are selfish people who only care about themselves. Some of them even manipulate their employees. To them, their employees are mere numbers that make them revenues. Moreover, employees too feel frustrated at work and don't feel that they contribute to the advancement of the organization. Empathy and humanity in businesses these days look like a thing of the past. The big corporations, today, are being run by smart executives, not by great leaders who can lead people. Abstraction and dehumanization are two biggest problems of today's world. As everything is scaling up, people are losing touch with human values like empathy, trust, honesty, etc. Executives no longer see each other as humans, but as business lead and customers. It won't be wrong to say that humans are turning into virtual identities. Due to the abstraction of people, we are tending more towards inhuman behaviors. And that's also the reason why we need true leaders to lead the humanity in the right direction. One can't be a true leader unless he is willing to put his well-being over his people. Let's recap what we learned in this summary. Empathy is one of the most powerful tools in an organization. Employees aren't robots. Treat them like people. Being a leader is like being a parent. Create a circle of safety and protect the organization from threats. We are built to work together. Understand the incentive system of Mother Nature. And reality is way different than ideal leadership. So there you have it. I hope you got a lot of value from this animated book summary. Hit the like button so that I know you really enjoyed it. Now you tell me, what are the 2 biggest takeaways that you learned from this book summary? And what quality do you think is essential to become a great leader? Leave a comment and let me know.